Alright, what's up guys? So, Wear Testers has uploaded a video reviewing I saw these and it was more so the price that had captured my attention, because I'm just saying, I love a lot of different sneakers. It's just with these particular ones where I'm like, I would not spend no $300 on these. It has to come with some other stuff. If it just comes with a shoe box and some shoes, nah bro, I'm like, nah, the paper better be like some, I don't know, like some, like it changes colors like every single day of the week or something, or the shoes like I don't know, like it has to be some good shoes in order for me to spend like $300 on them. But if not, because I remember when the Adidas, when they came out with like those 3D printed shoes, and I remember those shoes was costing like, I think it was like over $200-300. And I'm like, yeah, because there's something special about those shoes. But I'm saying, if there ain't nothing special with the shoes, I'm like, bro, there is no reason whatsoever why them shoes should be some like 300, 200, 180 most, but not no 300. But now let's go ahead and see this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Wear Testers for more videos like this. And with that being said,
man, if you guys thought that the Jordan Jumpman Jack had a crazy ass box, nope. Why is it so big?
That's what she said.
Hey, what's going on guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on a shoe that I've wanted to talk about for a while. I've had these for a hot minute now. I love these, man. I've been waiting for this shoe in this color to come back for, I mean, what, since 2001? It's been a while. But either way, it's the Air Jordan 17 Low Lightning, back for the very first time since its original release. Are they good?
They're
Are they
nice
not?
looking,
Are they
but
worth the $300? I mean, let's go ahead and talk about it. But first, here's a quick word from today's sponsor, Sense Apparel.
Previously on...
it's like, did Wear Testers create this?
So again, today is the very
Did
last...
they create that, like, kind of, not intro, but like a little commercial break within the video? Regardless of whoever created it. Nah, it was nice though. I did like that.
Last day to pre-order these bad boys right here. If you have not done so yet, links are down below in the description. It's simply at senseapparel.com. Once pre-orders close, we're going to start manufacturing. We'll get them to your door really quickly within 4 to 6 weeks. And that's pretty much it, man. I hope that you guys enjoy this. It's an homage to 1992, obviously, the origins or the first original air date of the X-Men animated series, which has just concluded its most recent season, I suppose, for the X-Men 97 version. And yes, it was amazing. Now, this is the box over the box. So this shoe's interesting because they come not like the originals, but sort of, you know what I mean? So this guy right here is actually the Air Jordan 17 original outer shell box. And then when you would open it up, this is the suitcase or the briefcase that would came out of it and everything, or would come out of it. So yeah, if you're gonna compare it to the new one's on the bottom. You wanna know what the original 17 lows came in? A Jordan face box.
Wow.
Now, in the original Air Jordan 17 box, when you would open this guy up, there was a whole bunch of shit in here. So right here is actually it's gonna feel funny to say this, but there's a CD-ROM in there, and that thing tells you all about the shoe and inspiration and all of that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And the Air Jordan 17 was designed by Wilson Smith III. And if that name sounds mildly familiar, it's because he designed one of the coolest Nikes of all time, the Nike Air More Up Tempo. Now, when you would pull the shoe out of the box, these are really old. These I actually got, as well as all of these originals that are all being used as reference in all of our videos recently. I got these from one of our Discord members. His name is Raul. I really do appreciate not just him, but all of our Discord members. If you're not a member of the community, we do have links down below in the description box at all times. Feel free to join. Now, these guys right here came with a couple of extra add-ons and everything like that, and everything is grossly sticky because plastic, you know what I mean, and moisture and polyurethane. We'll talk about it. But either way, they came with a lace lock right here, and they also came with this cover shroud, and this is where you'll see the jazz inspiration. The shoe itself was inspired by multiple different things, one of which was MJ's gift of flight, like his actual athletic ability. Despite him being an older player by the time that these eventually released and he was on the Wizards and all that stuff, we all have seen the highlight tapes. We watched The Last Dance. We know what he could do. It was amazing. So that's what the overall shoe was designed after, along with some of his other passions and something that is also like really cool, which is again the jazz theme seam and everything. So you would see that on the snap cover shroud, which actually is not included on any of the lows. And these, by the way, are built with premium everything as far as leather goes. So those are super nice.
It was like in a point in time when like synthetic leather, I don't know, because I wasn't really into sneakers back then. Like 2001, 2002, I was wearing, I'm trying to think, like I don't think I think I had like a pair of Timbs. Like that was probably the only expensive sneaker that I've ever had. But other than that, I think I remember I had like some Jordan like flight like shoes. And I had to say I didn't really start like knowing a little bit about shoes until after it was like my adult years and stuff. No, it was about 2016. That's when I really started like paying attention, knowing names, all that stuff. But I was like, I was just unaware of shoes and stuff. But no, it's like back then though, it was just, I felt like it was like they had the material to make that, and I felt like as the years went on, then you have it where there's like animal activists where it's like, no, don't use this, don't use this, don't use this. So it's like they have no choice but to come out with like synthetic leather and all that stuff. It ain't gonna fail, because I would really love to go and get me a pair of shoes from like back then. Well, I don't know when exactly, because I do have like a pair of 2006 Air Jordan 7s, but I would have to like compare like a new pair of 7s to an old pair to the 2006. But I don't know if it would make a difference, because like I said, don't really know that much about old shoes. But anyway,
so just in case you wanted to see inside of this box, there you go. You got the little, I don't know what you call these things, like eggshell stuff. There's the CD-ROM. We've got the lace locks down there. You've got the shoe, and underneath the shoe is the paper, and underneath that is just this material right here, different than the new version right there. Oh, I can see your feet.
Can you?
Yeah, but under this box is so big, man. I gotta pull out and stuff. Yeah, but either way, you've got different eggshell stuff, obviously different sizes for everything. The shoes, which again is funny because they're lows, so it's like, why do you need such a large case and all that stuff? But it is what it is. And then underneath they got more of the eggshell stuff, the padding, which is not again in the original right there. I didn't mean to show everybody your stuff for free. Time to pay up. When the shoes are not in there,
they chirp about stuff like that. I'm like, nah, it's things like that where it's like when that day comes where I'm in his situation where it's like my wife, she's somewhere in the background. I'm like, yeah, you gonna have to censor that stuff out, man, because you got some weirdos out there. It's like I bet if he wouldn't have said anything, nobody probably wouldn't have noticed. But I'm telling you, you got some people where it's like they are going to be looking like SpongeBob sweating when he was in Sandy Cheeks' house in that like air bubble and stuff, and they gonna be like, I don't need it, and they just gonna abruptly just scream out, I need it. You got weirdos out there, man.
By the way,
be careful.
The box is not super heavy, just in case you were wondering. It's very lightweight, it's just aluminum. It's honestly pretty cheap. The fact that these are $300, a lot of people are blaming it on this box. That's not true. You can grab these boxes without the Jordan branding pretty easily and pretty affordably as well. It's the shoe itself, which I explained in one of our podcast episodes, that, it's just a complicated sneaker. Manufacturing something like this, not only do you have to manufacture every single little piece, but then you have to assemble it, and that takes manpower, and labor is the majority of costs on pretty much anything. Now, as far as the shoe is concerned, they're a little bit different than the originals. Obviously the shape is a little bit different, the toe boxes are different. I don't think that it's as good as the original. Is it good enough as a retro? I would say yes, but that might also be the fact that we have not seen these, you know what I mean? So like, maybe I'm just excited, I don't know. All I know is that I'm glad to have these, and I think that they look awesome. This particular colorway was worn by MJ in the NBA during NBA All-Star, and so that's really what they're known for, is him wearing them then. He actually missed a dunk in the game. It was one of the moments that some Jordan fans think that is like a mark on the career. I personally disagree. I think that seeing that the dude was f***ing human is amazing. Watching him go up for and I'm talking about wide open dunk, and missing it, it was great to see him not just miss it, but the way he reacted to the miss. He just laughed. It happens. No player is perfect, even him, and I just liked seeing that.
And Jordan ahead of the field. Jordan takes. Oh, goodness gracious.
He can't help it but laugh. He's Michael Jordan. I mean,
that's two blown back to back. Weber and Jordan, and Jordan.
because okay, you have to sit down and think about this though. Imagine being Michael Jordan in this point in time of his career, right? Now, he doesn't know of like the years to come with his sneakers. He's probably thinking, yeah, next year people are just going to stop buying my sneakers and they just going to move on with their lives, right? But it's like you're Michael Jordan, okay? You're Michael, whatever his middle name is. He might have a secondary middle name, Jordan. You have the hottest sneaker in the game right now. They are going to make a movie about how your sneakers came about, and then at some point in time, probably gonna make a biopic about this man. He has the most popular, one of the most popular basketball documentaries of all time out, and he's going to make billions off of his sneakers. If I'm Michael Jordan in this particular situation, I'm laughing too. I'm like, fam, I'm Michael Jordan. Who's gonna care? So.
It's one of those situations where, you want to do something spectacular, but then you don't know what you can do. You don't want to hurt yourself. A lot of things go through your mind, and next thing you know, you missed the dunk.
Now the shoe is really cool because they were made to be convertible. You see this little sock right here, and then you see it tucked in on this guy right there. That's what you were supposed to do. You can keep them as a low, or you can wear them like this. The downside is just that this is loose, so it doesn't do anything. There's no real performance benefit to it. It's kind of like the Kobe 9, where the high top version had that placebo effect where you feel something around your ankle, therefore you feel more secure in the shoe despite it not having any actual true support features. That's kind of what this is all about. It was just not advertised that way. But when you look at the outsole, you've got herringbone on there and you've got it in potted sections. This right here was inspired by MJ's love of the game of golf. Obviously he had some time in between his Wizards and Bulls days, and even afterwards, like what he likes to do is golf. He does it in between games, all that stuff. The dude loves this game. Now I do have a performance review on the Air Jordan 17, believe it or not. They're not the best shoe to play in. They're not awful or anything like that. They take a ton of time to break in. So that's one of the things to keep in mind is, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of components and you feel it. Now, one of the ways that they were able to keep all of the weight reduction down in the shoe, despite it being so tech heavy and so full of stuff, you know what I'm saying, is that they were able to keep the rubber compound like low. So we have isolated rubber in the forefoot and the heel. It's not connected all the way down. So that again keeps a lot of the weight reduction in play. So whenever you talk about like, oh, my soles are burning through hella fast, because that's the rubber is the main thing that keeps like shoes heavy, especially today with all of these other materials that are super lightweight and all that stuff. A shoe like this, where there's plastic and there's air components, there's leather, there's nubuck, there's little shiny things on there and stuff. There's other things that add weight. So again, reducing that rubber was important. Now moving on up, the construction of the shoe again is really what's costing this shoe so much money. They're very technical and they're very awkward. And I don't mean that visually, I just talking about like the way that they're constructed. So that's what we're gonna take a look at the original pair, just to kind of show you guys what's inside these things. So when you open up an original pair of Jordan 17 lows, first off, they come with a dust bag. And I really love the branding on the shoe because they turned the N into a 17. So they just kind of incorporated everything in there. It was really cool. This is the original insole. It's not polyurethane or anything. It's nothing crazy. But you'll notice that it's not pointy either because the shoes, the toe boxes are squared for performance reasons. But here is the heel outsole and then the forefoot outsole. I think that's really cool. You can see just how thin everything is, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about like weight reduction, like this is it. Super thin, super malleable, and 2 pieces because a full slab would add extra weight to it. Now when you look at the shoe and you take it out, the shoe itself is double lasted, so but only in portions, only in the forefoot. Double last means that the midsole is inside of the upper. So the forefoot wraps around the midsole, kind of the outsole as well, but you can't really tell just because like the upper breaks right here. So technically it's not double lasted where the leather wraps around it. However, they do have this TPU chassis right here, which does wrap around it. It's a big old cage. And so I don't know if you want to consider that double last, but you can if you'd like. Either way, you can see that it's housing an air sole unit in the back, and then in the forefoot there's actually
I seen that earlier. I was all like, yeah, you could definitely see the air sole. I think that's cool though. I think I can see why it costs a lot of money, but still though, I'm like, bruh, just give me. Well, I know, okay, so I know that he did say it's not because of the packaging that it comes in and stuff, but I feel like most people will probably be looking at that and be like, yeah, that's, I guess like if they don't watch like sneaker review videos and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, bro, just give me a normal shoebox. Like I don't care about all that extra stuff and things, because I feel like that it's just one of those shoeboxes that's just gonna collect up space. You know, I'm trying to like reduce the shoeboxes and things, keep the ones that's like all nice and fashionable looking. But yeah, it's like with this though, I don't know. Like I guess like me personally, I would pass on these and just get one that's like less, just it's obviously gonna cost less, but they ain't got like a whole lot going on. It's just like a basic box and stuff.
A Zoom Air unit. So top loaded inside the shoe underneath the insole is going to be one of these bad boys right here. And then you can see the carbon fiber spring plate. It's all the way through. So this right here is going to add a ton of rigidity to the sneaker so you don't over twist. And on top of that, it's carbon fiber. It's thin, it's lightweight. It springs back into shape so it will feel like it's propelling you as well. It also, like this entire thing, this plate, the double ass construction, the TPU chassis, all makes the shoe feel very heavy and cumbersome at first until you break it in. Now the midsole is interesting because this is the main reason why a lot of original 17s are not wearable anymore, is that it's actually made out of polyurethane. So when you pull this back, it's crumbling in there, you know what I'm saying? So, and plastic breaks and everything too, so you can kind of see that chip right there. And yeah, it's just a really interesting shoe. There's one shoe that was before
that cost so much, but it's like you would think, and it's crazy because it's like, I know I was looking that up when I had got my Air Jordan 7s because I seen that they came out in 2000. The ones that I got came out in 2006, so I was afraid of that. And that's something I don't know which shoe like does crumble or which shoe doesn't crumble. So I looked it up and they was like, yeah, 7s never crumble. I was like, oh, okay, I'm cool. I'm chilling at things. And that didn't even cost me as much as this. I think when I got the 7s, I think I had to like check the box again and stuff, but I can't even, because there are some other shoes that I bought where it's like they're covering up the box. But no, I don't think I paid that much for them. Not like no $300 or anything. So yeah, it's crazy to think that where it's like there's shoes that don't crumble, and you would think those would be the more expensive ones because those are gonna last the longest. And here it is. It's like these ones. Yeah, it's like I know that they did come out beforehand, but still though, it's like it's just crazy to think like after a while, like these crumble, and it's like because they cost so much. It's like, bro, come on now. They shouldn't be crumbling. And it's like that. No, 300. No, they shouldn't be crumbling.
The Air Jordan 16 that's made similarly but different, and I do really want to talk about that as well, but we'll do it at a different time because it's not really the time or place in this video. But that is pretty much the tech features. So you got a polyurethane midsole, double acid on the forefoot, TPU chassis around the heel, encapsulated air sole unit, but you can see it right through the back here, and then in the forefoot a top-loaded Zoom Air. It's a super tech heavy setup. Again, just wrapping the upper around the midsole is a ton of work. That right there is why these guys are expensive. Now the upper itself is a very decent leather. It's not premium, definitely doesn't feel like the originals right here. This stuff feels way better, but for what it is, it's not bad. They're just thinner cuts. One of the other more, I guess, accentuated features in the 16 and the 17, as well as the 18 actually, is the toe box itself. The shape is squared. This is supposed to allow for like better toe splaying and stuff like that. So when we talk about foot health, that's something that's very prevalent today, but it was just starting to be talked about way back then in the early 2000s. You guys remember those like 5-finger shoes, stuff like that? That was later, but still, like that's kind of like where things are now, where like those things crawled so that foot care health professionals can really like walk, run, fly, whatever. But either way, that's what this was all about. So when you look down at these, they are squared at the tip. They're not rounded like an Air Jordan 11 or 12. So it's not completely crushing your toes and pushing them into a point. Instead, you're able to move like a little bit outwards and stuff. Some people like that, some people don't. I'm one of the people that don't. I like my feet to be really tight in performance shoes, but casually I do enjoy something like this. And just in case you wanted to see, so right there you got those little vents, but you can see the leather there versus the leather here. It's just a lot thicker, it's a lot more plush. So yeah, it's just a little bit different. Now, one of the things about the toe that I don't like is the fact that they make shoes really tall and boxy nowadays, and that's just not how the original shoes were. And when you have a shoe that has a toe box that's wide like this already, the top should feel a little bit closer to your foot, otherwise you're swimming in the fucking things. So when you compare them to the originals are just a lot sleeker. They do fit around your foot a lot better, more like a glove, whereas these feel like they're not really made for performance anymore, which is really unfortunate.
And honestly, I was just getting ready to say that. I'm like, nah, I think a lot of shoes nowadays, because they're probably looking at it as like, okay, nobody's not going to be playing playing basketball in some newer Air Jordan 17, so they're all like, yeah, let's just make it more so into a lifestyle casual shoe where it's like, oh, it's a conversation starter, but it's like you're not going to be wearing these out on the court and stuff, because they're probably thinking along the lines like, oh, people want to take care of Jordans, but it's like, no, bruh, I'm trying to go through wars. I'm trying to go through wars with my Jordans. But and that's why I'm like, when I be like getting shoes, I be thinking more so along the lines like, okay, I know I'm gonna be wearing these for casual reasons and stuff. So it's like, yeah, let's just see how tough they are. But And I think, like, yeah, these shoes is gonna probably be built for, like, okay, like, if it's snow, rain, going through the mud, going through whatever and things, just going through some crap with these shoes. But basketball and, yeah, then, like, what they're meant for and stuff, like, yeah, I just think that they're probably looking along the lines, like, people are gonna be using shoes that came out today rather than shoes that came out yesterday for basketball reasons. But anyways,
yeah, because that's what I bought these for. I really want to play in the low top versions. I think that the mids were okay. Again, I thought that those were like too tight all the way around, especially the midfoot, but these have a more relaxed fit, at least in that area, more customizable. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm going to play in these at all. I'll just wear these around, but it is what it is. Now this material right here that you see, the black panels, are synthetic nubuck, so nothing special there. The insole for these guys is Durapontex, and that is what the originals were. You can also see the squared toes. So again, the shoe was made for more splaying. So if you wanted to compare it to something like that where it's like pointy, you know what I'm saying? So just different design. Now, as far as the fit is concerned, for most people, if you're wearing them casually, I'd say go true to size. If you are trying to play in these for whatever reason, I would probably go down half a size just because of that toe box being so squared. They are going to be available at a bunch of retailers, but not like a lot of retailers. So if you're in our area, the Sacramento area, make sure that you hit up Phenom. They're located in the Doco Shopping Center. They'll have these guys available. They have them on display already. So if you're in the area, you want to stop by, feel free, check them out, see what their release procedure is going to be. I'm actually not aware of what it is going to be yet. I don't know if it's first come, first serve, raffle, whatever. So make sure that you give them a call or stop by and find out. But with all of that being said, I know this was a long video. I apologize. There's so much stuff to go over and stuff. This is a technical shoe. It's an expensive one to make, but do we happen to have a question of the day?
Yes, it's short and sweet, literally. Puppies or kittens?
Ooh, probably puppies.
Because of their smell?
What?
They have a really good smell.
I don't know about that.
Puppy's breath, it smells, it's a unique smell.
Okay.
And they got those cute little bellies.
Okay.
But I'd still go kittens because I'm a cat person.
I'm more of a dog guy. I like cats, but like dogs are my thing. I will say that our cats are a little bit...
yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, yeah, when a cat is like a kitten, when it's like at that kitten size, I feel like, you know, they're kind of exploring, but they're, you know, they calm, cool, and collected. When they get older, yeah, that's when they start, like, hitting you across the head and you scratching at you and things. I've seen way more cat scratches than dog scratches. I have to say, like, when I remember working at my last job, and it's like, you could tell, like, when the customer had a cat or something and things, and they were like, oh, yeah, they'd be, like, showing me their phone, like, oh, yeah, this is Whiskers and stuff. I just got a cat yesterday. I'm like, oh, yeah, I could tell. I'm like, yeah, it looked like X-Men just went across your arm, or, yeah, Wolverine or something. But I'm like, yeah, it's, you know, yeah, cats, I don't know, man. It's like, I like them, but I like when they calm, cool, and collected. But when they start sizing you up and trying to fight with you, that's when I'm like, nope, give me a dog. I'm like, you know, dog, you could go outside and play with a dog. A cat, on the other hand, you throw a ball and be looking at cats, like looking at you, all like, I'm not gonna catch that ball. So like, who you think I am? So yeah, it's like cats. I'm like, nah, no, like they cool, but it's just with me. I'm like, you gotta find like the perfect cat for you. But anyways,
too closely bonded to me.
I think you're their
weird.
mama.
Yeah, I don't like that. But a bond between I'm gonna say man, but I just mean human. Between a human or a man and their dog is a different bond than a cat. A cat's a little bit more independent, a little bit more of an asshole. Even though they're cute and stuff, but you know, they're mini, tiny, compact predators. And a dog, while still a predator, it's just a goofball. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's more human than not. So I like puppies. That's just what it is. But feel free to sound off below. Let us know. Are you a puppy person? Are you a kitty person?
Yeah,
Ooh, that sounds funny.
Kitten.
Kitten. Sorry. Thanks. But with all that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. I know that this was a long video. I apologize. And on top of all of that, please leave your potential questions of the day down below in the comment section so that we can sift through them and then she could pick one and put it in our videos. You get a cool little shout out during the whole asking the questions segment. And I just think it's fun. Today's the last day, by the way, to grab this. So please don't miss out on this. This is one of our most awesome designs. I love this. It took us forever to design this thing. I've literally been working on this since last year, before X-Men 97 even aired. It was supposed to have aired. That's when we started working on it. Anyways, thank you so much for everything. We greatly appreciate it. We will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, have a good one.
Yeah, it's just with those shoes, I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like, because I try to avoid getting white shoes just because of where I live. Like, I live in Washington State. So a lot of times, like, you know, we could get hit with some crazy weather conditions. It could be all muddy and stuff outside. They look like they're easy to clean, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to go through that process of like, dang, now these shoes is dirty, or I gotta like wear these shoes when it's like sunny outside, or when it's not raining and not all dirty and crazy outside. But Yeah, it's just one of those shoes where I'm like, maybe if the colorway was different, I think I would be a little bit more invested in them. But I don't know. Like, I haven't really seen too many different. It just seems like that they always stick with the Jordans that Jordan wore. They don't really go outside of like other, you know, types of Jordans and things. Like, I have to say that's like one of my first few times. Like, I can't remember in the past if I've ever seen 17s, but yeah, it's like looking at 17s, it's just, you know, you don't see too much of them and stuff. So those are actually nice. They got these black and yellow ones, but yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be spending no $1,000 for them. And those came out in 2018. I was like, I haven't heard or seen any of them. Like, that's crazy. It's just weird when you see like shoes and they came out during the times like when I've gotten into sneakers, and I'm like, I don't remember seeing those. Yeah, they came out Raging Bull, those 17s. Those are nice. These are like low top. It's like reverse lightning. Those are nice. I like those. Yeah, it's just I like my shoes with like a little bit of like color to them and stuff. But it's like if they ain't got color to them and things, and it just seems like it's a basic shoe. I don't know. Like I try to avoid it, you know, just so I don't have to deal with like trying to like clean them up so much and things. But yeah, it's like I don't know. It's a pair of shoes where I'm like I would really have to like I want those shoes in order for me to get them and stuff. But anyways, with that being said, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Wear Testers for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.